And now it's time for the Ask the Angry Ninja Show. It's the Ask the Angry Ninja Show. What? Oh, I caught her stretching. Either that or she's straining not to poot. I'm not really sure. And I get a dirty look. Oh, right. So we're going to be talking about sequels that are better than the original. Which is hard to pull off because usually the sequels are not that good. Like, you take The Matrix and then the sequels that shall not be named.
There's a couple there.
Oh, yeah, there is. There really is. Like, they should have just stopped. Alright, so what do we got?
So, we are going to be talking about Thor Ragnarok.
I mean, the best Thor movie.
Which is our calendar this month.
It is our calendar this month. So we have a Marvel calendar with all the Marvel movie posters. And, yeah, the best Thor movie. And the Thor movies actually progressively got better.
Yeah.
The first one was good.
Yeah.
The second one was better. A little confusing with the Dark Knight or something, but a better movie. And the third one, Ragnarok, I mean, you got Jeff Goldblum, you got the Hulk, you got Tessa Thompson as the Valkyrie. You have Loki making, just
amazingness. And it was funny.
It was hilarious. One of my favorite lines from any Marvel movies in that one.
What is it?
When he's getting ready to fight the Hulk in the arena, and he stops and looks up and goes,
I know him
from work.
Yeah.
That's I mean, much better. And it's not like the other two were bad. I enjoyed all of them, but this one, like, they just stepped up the budget, stepped up the production, better story.
They cut his hair.
Yeah, I think that was something he requested because he had tired of long hair.
Who knows? I liked it.
And Stan Lee cut his hair.
Yeah.
You can go. Just everything about that movie was awesome. And I've actually noticed that, and I think we're going to talk some more later on the list, that a lot of the superhero movies in general, the second and third one, are better.
Yeah. It's like the first one is more of a setup now, so it's not... It's like a lot nowadays. The first one isn't that automatic, great one. That's your starting point.
Yes. And then they're like, okay, now you know who the character is, we can just jump right into it the second movie.
It's like, this is introducing your children to things you already love.
Yes.
Now we're going to move on to the things they love.
Like the first Iron Man movie. First half hour, 40 minutes of that movie, he's not even Iron Man yet. And then you start with Iron Man 2, the first thing he does is land in the giant fireworks explosion as Iron Man just being Tony Stark. It's great. Alright, what we got next?
Logan. Oh. I didn't watch this one. I fell asleep.
Well, but you're not a giant Wolverine person. And what Logan did was give a story where Wolverine was more human. He had started to lose his powers. He introduces kind of his daughter.
Yeah, I was confused about that one. I think I woke up halfway.
She's a clone.
Oh, okay.
They used his genetics and made a clone.
Okay.
But still, his genetics, and he's saving her. And the reason you will never like this movie is it's a rated R movie because they finally made a Wolverine movie where he gets to kill some people. And he gets to kill some people like Wolverine would kill some people.
Yeah. When
your job is to kill people with six basically still swords sticking out of your hand, it shouldn't be clean.
Yeah.
And you get I'm gonna forget his name. That played Patrick
Stewart.
Patrick Stewart. His final performance as Professor X.
Yeah.
Having brain cancer of all things. Like, this movie punches in the feels, and it's a sequel to a follow-up to a Wolverine movie that was merely okay. Like, they had a low bar to beat, but they beat it. And they did this story justice, because this is one of the best-selling graphic novels it's based on in the history of comics. Like, it's amazing. And they nailed it. And they did a great job, and it's an amazing movie. I wish you liked it, but you don't. Okay. Moving on.
Moving on. Captain America, the Winter Soldier.
I mean, yeah, and this again falls under the second one's always better.
I like this one because it wasn't so much, I don't know, it's like, when you think of Captain America, there's one way, the right way, the wrong way. This one, because it was his best friend, there was a little bit more of a conflict almost. Like, he knows he needs to do something, but it's also his family, pretty much.
Well, and deep down, he knew what Bucky was doing as the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Wasn't Bucky.
Yeah, but it still comes down to that, even though it ain't him, they've done something, this is who he is, and this is my job. And then it comes down to, but it's Bucky.
Yeah.
And I think that just made a whole new spin on the whole thing.
Oh, it did. It was good. I mean...
It was amazing.
And just the action in this movie, and of course Black Widow's in this movie, Iron Man's in everybody's in... Yeah, the big scene where they're all fighting in the airport. The first time Ant-Man goes big. Oh.
That's Civil War.
No. That's Winter Soldier. It sets up Civil War. I'm pretty sure. Now you got me questioning myself. Did I just...
Are we tired? Because I'm pretty sure that...
No, you're right. Well, Winter Soldier sets up the Civil War.
Yes, it does.
Because he's still defending Bucky.
Yes, and that's why he's kind of on the run.
Right. You're right.
And his half the team is on the run because they defended Bucky.
Because, yeah. Okay. Because they all kind of... It almost could have been one movie.
It could. But Marvel's really great at doing that.
So. They are really good about doing that. Marvel's amazing. They get all my monies. Alright, what's next?
Disney Plus.
Not a sponsor.
Okay, so How to Train Your Dragon 2. Which, really, I'm more of a third and a fourth.
Well, this is about Pacific sequels, though. And again, How to Train Your Dragon 2, better than 1. 3, better than 2.
And, yeah.
I mean, they got better with each one, which is such a rare thing. Although, I'm sad the way they ended the last one.
Why?
Because it kind of made out there won't be anymore.
Well, there won't be. I mean, they've had their little kind of prequel shows or whatever, Riders of Earth, Defenders of Earth.
They could be having the kids write the nightlight. I'm just saying.
But here's the thing. And this is what always gets me about the very last movie. Is even though him and Toothless aren't together anymore, at the end, he goes off to find Toothless. And he finds Toothless in the Light Fury, and he meets the babies, and Toothless meets his kids, and then they had the Christmas special that was on Hulu, and Toothless and the whole family comes back to the thing to see. It's just so sweet. I love these movies. I love Amazing Dragons.
Yeah, you love How to Train Your Dragon, and they were good, and they did get better and better and better and better.
They did. I'm so sad it's over. It's been over for years by now, but I'm still sad.
Alright, what's next? She's about to cry, y'all.
It's such a good movie.
It is good movie. I'm not disagreeing.
And it's like one of my favorites. Like, I just love me a Toothless. I love me a dragon. I'm that person, like, I wish the dragons were real, even though a real dragon would probably come and just eat me or whatever. But
right?
Still. So.
One of those dragons burped acid. Like, it drinks a Coke and takes out the whole village. It's bad.
The next one was Toy Story 3 specifically.
Yes, because Toy Story 3 was better than Toy Story 4. Toy Story 3 was the best Toy Story movie. I'm not saying Toy Story 4 was bad, because none of the Toy Story movies are bad.
No.
3 was the best.
Well, 4 is more of the final ending.
But 3 felt like the final ending.
No, because there was always an issue. And it's why I love 4. What happened to Bo Peep?
Simple. The actress didn't want to do the movie. So they wrote her out.
But I always want to know, because that was Woody's girl.
It was. And they never addressed it until the 4th movie. But honestly, the way the 3rd one was going... Like,
I thought that was going to be the ending.
It wasn't just ending, it was just a better movie. And Toy Story 4 was good. But Toy Story 3 just beat you in the heartstring. Like they're all holding hands, going to their fiery death, just being together.
Now, the list we did last time was villains, right?
Yes.
That weren't actually villains. And I think Sir Lancelot should have been on that because he wasn't a villain until he had abandoned.
Yeah.
He was one of those that had to learn to survive and became heartless and cold.
Yeah. I'm not going to disagree with that.
And he smells like strawberries.
Until he gets tapped to the front of a garbage truck. But yeah.
But, I mean, it was such a good movie. And it makes you almost cry. Some of us, it makes us cry. Not me in this case.
If you watch that scene when they literally all thought they were going to die, holding hands, just being and you didn't at least get a little emotional and almost cry.
Oh, I got sad.
You're not human.
I got sad, but I didn't cry.
I don't know. It was toys. You might have. It wasn't people.
But no, it was nice. But at the end, when he gives the toys to Bonnie and all that, honestly, I thought that was a good ending. I thought that was how it was going to end.
It would be a perfect ending.
But it wasn't.
But it wasn't. They made another one. They need to cash that check one more time.
But Toy Story's been with us since we were kids.
It is, yeah.
And now that I share with my own, it's like this whole journey, and it makes me sad.
But it's a happy journey because everybody gets what they want in the end.
Yeah. And Woody gets his Bobby back.
All right. What's next on the list?
The Dark Knight. Not The Dark Knight Rises, The Dark Knight.
Yes, because The Dark Knight Rises was not as good as The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight Rises was awesome, but in that particular set of Batman movies, that 3 movies, it's definitely number 2. And sadly, this again falls under the whole comic book movie thing. The first one is the worst one of the group.
Yeah.
It was still good, but Heath Ledger as the Joker just made that movie what it was. Like, I'm not saying no other actor could have played the Joker and did such a good job as he did.
He was the best Joker.
He was the best Joker that has ever been. Better than Mark Hamill in the animated series, but that has a lot to do with the script and what they're allowed to do.
See, I think you're saying animated series. I don't think you can put them in the same category. I really don't.
No.
Because Mark Hamill has the perfect voice
Yes.
in a cartoon series, but Heath Ledger had the perfect look and facial expressions and sound. It was more than the cartoons. I don't think they could be in the same category.
I'll go for that.
Yeah.
But it just nailed it. And the movie from top to bottom, they actually turned Batman kind of into a bad guy by the end, even though he saves everybody. And makes him stop being... I mean, just that movie, top to bottom, from the opening scene where they introduce the Joker with the bank robbery, it just snatches you right away. It's an amazing movie.
It is.
And the best Batman movie yet. I'm going to say yet, because there's another one coming out. I don't have hopes for it, but it's coming out anyway.
But I've learned something the last few weeks because I've been sick, so I've been watching a lot of movies. As the movies that I haven't had really high hopes for have really surprised me. And the movies I thought they were be, I'm going to love, have really failed me.
Suicide Squad was good, whatever.
Okay, so there's one on this list that I don't think my lovely over there knows.
Oh, it hit me.
And it's kind of, a lot of people don't agree, but I do. The Little Mermaid, Ariel's Beginning.
Well, I'm going to sit over here and be quiet as we hear all about Little Mermaid Part 2, because I never saw it.
Technically, it'd be a Part 3, because Part 2 was, her daughter, which was a great one. But I liked the beginning because it explains what happened to Ariel's mother, why King Triton is so hateful towards humans, and it gives you all that.
Isn't it because the humans killed her or something?
Because they used to have like this little rock pond thing on the surface that they would always go and play around and stuff. And then pirates. Now there's a theory that pirate was Captain Hook, but who knows, right? It's Disney, so everything's connected. But they came trying to catch the mermaids, and they end up killing her mom. And so King Triton blames the humans and going to the surface. And so when Ariel begins to explore like her and go into the surface and everything. And he used to give her this music box stuff, is why he doesn't like really music and stuff in Atlantica and stuff.
Atlantis?
Yeah.
Okay.
What'd I say?
Atlantica.
Different movie, sorry.
I don't. Yeah,
there's
a movie called Atlantica, really?
Well, the places.
Oh, okay.
So it gives you that backstory of why King Triton is so cold. Again, another father who...
Right?
Trying to protect his daughters, because, he has a lot of them. But, yeah, I like the fact that it explains why her dad is the way he is and why he's so hateful and doesn't want her to explore. So, yes. And I'm done now.
Okay, what's next?
Hellboy 2, The Golden Army.
A much better sequel. Have you not seen this one? Have you seen the first one?
Mm-hmm.
Did you like the first one?
I think I've seen part of this one. Is this the one where they have a kid?
There is no kid in Hellboys.
Maybe that was a cartoon.
Maybe the cartoon. Yeah, there is no kid.
I just remember a baby Hellboy.
Well, no, that's the first one. When Hellboy first comes into the world, he's summoned. He's a baby, and then he gets taken and raised by a professor, and that's how they found the whole Hellboy group. So yeah.
Or something else.
No. And in the first one, it's a good movie. It's not bad. It's a pretty standard story. But the second one, they stepped up another level, and this would be another one where the villain has a point.
Are we going to connect that to our last podcast?
Well, the villain has a point, because the villain is this elf who wants to destroy the humans, because the humans have, due to an emptiness inside their hearts that the humans have always had, they always want more, have forgotten all the things that are magical and have taken over all the magical places and destroyed all the magic in the world.
So onward. Okay.
And he's going to kill all the humans to bring back the magical places. And that's his goal. And at one point, he's talking to Hellboy, and he pulls out this seed-looking thing, and he's like, hey, look, you see the seed? This is the last one of its kind. No more exists. If you want to defeat me, kill it. And he throws it out, and it grows into this giant wooden creature thing. And then Hellboy he fights it and kills it. And when he kills it, it turns the entire city where it dies into a beautiful forest.
Mm.
And he killed the last one. So Hellboy is completely torn in this whole movie because he's working for the humans that have disavowed all magic and don't remember it and believe it. And this elf's trying to bring it back.
Mm.
And he tries to bring it back through the Golden Army, which is an indestructible army. Whatever. But he ends up defeating the army and everything else. And even when he's done, he's like, why am I saving all these people who don't even believe in me? Don't even want me to exist. Even now they know I exist, they don't want me here. And so his girlfriend played by Liv Tyler? No, Liv Tyler.
No, it's
Selma Blair.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't need the whole world. All I need is you. You are my world. And she's actually, they say at that point that she's pregnant with his kid.
Maybe that's what it was.
Right.
She was knocked out of.
He almost dies. When we bring him back, he's good. He saves the day. And when he comes out, he quits the organization that he works for. And he's like, I'm going to go off her and bounce and be with my family. And the heck with all you humans. So in the end, the elf kind of succeeds. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it's just a great movie. I want to go watch it now.
I'm sad I didn't know about this one.
That's really good.
Sounds like my type of movie.
It is. It is a great movie. Plus, it involves an oblivious husband in Hellboy who keeps doing things that annoys the crap out of his wife because he doesn't even realize it. So you know your life.
Yeah. Yeah, my life. Dum-dum over here.
Love you, honey.
Dum-dum with gum-gum?
Yeah. Great gum-gum. Alright, what's next?
The Bourne Ultimatum.
Oh.
Now, I haven't seen none of the Bourne movies.
Okay, so we're going to give you just a short thing. all the Bourne movies could have been one movie. Period. You could have just made them one movie. The only problem with that is it would have been like 8 hours long.
Wasn't this like 2 or 3 hours?
Probably. And this was the last one. Basically, the Bourne movies... Or no, this is the second one. The Bourne Supremacy was the last one. The point of the Bourne movies is this dude was trained by the government.
I know the premise of the Bourne movies.
Okay. And he's trained by the government. He loses his memories. All this stuff happens. And the Bourne Ultimatum is the one where he's like, just leave me alone.
So he just wants to live.
You're like, I just want to go away. Me and this girl that I met, we're happy. Just let us go. We're just going to be. That's all we want. Leave us alone. And of course they don't, which leads up to him killing everybody. Which, yeah. They kill the girl and he snaps. Yeah. Of course he gets a new girl. But whatever.
Don't they always? Girls are replaceable in these movies.
Actually, it's really kind of sweet how they do this one. His controller, the one that controls all the agents, is actually played by Julia Stiles. Mm-hmm. And she apparently always secretly hated the program and liked him. But so in like the third movie, they actually end up becoming... It's really good. Yeah. They actually, it's not just some random girl. They actually made it work. It made it a little more sweet.
Alrighty.
All right. What's next?
Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, but not because of Tobey Maguire. I am so happy that the rumors are coming out and accidentally leaked that it is happening, that the dude whose name I cannot remember who played Doc Ock, who made that movie, he's what made that movie so great, is coming back. They're doing that whole multiverse thing in the new Spider-Man movie, and Doc Ock is going to be in that movie.
Was Doc Ock in it too? I thought that was just him against the Green Goblin.
No, that's the first one.
I thought the 2 was too.
No, Green Goblin was the first one. Doc Ock was the second one. I think there was another bad guy too. But yeah, the second one was Doc Ock. And the third one was Venom and Sandman. Yeah. The very first one was Green Goblin.
I thought it came back to Green Goblin.
Well, no, the Green Goblin comes back in the third one. Because it's Harry Osborn, it's his kid, his best friend. That's the third one.
Huh.
Yeah, they really did it weird. They almost kind of did the Sinister Six in the third one because they had 3 members at one point. And but no. Yeah. No, but in the second one, it was Doc Ock, played by, I feel horrible, I can't remember his name, where he actually, in the end, ends up saving the city by forcing the fusion reactor into the water and stuff. Great movie. I mean, the best one. It's really good. All right.
Now, this one's a little bit difficult.
Uh-oh.
Because you have to pick a sequel. But what if there's 8?
I mean, I think this is one I disagreed with. Go ahead and hit me with it.
Harry Potter and the Prisoner Azkaban. Because technically that is the...
third or fourth one? And here's the part about that. If I was ranking all the Harry Potter movies, Prisoner Azkaban would be the bottom one.
Well, it's the kid's favorite.
Okay, he makes bad choices.
But I think I like the Deathly Hallows.
The second Deathly Hallows.
Yeah, part 2.
With the war, yeah. Even the first Deathly Hallows, even though there was a lot of setup, with the ending with Dobby and everything else.
So I was reading something the other day about, well, of course, Harry Potter, because I'm a dork. And it pointed out a very thing and put pictures side by side. And it said, did you notice all the kids were dressed exactly like their parents in the Battle of Hogwarts?
Were they?
They were dressed exactly alike.
I did not notice that. That's awesome.
It put Harry with his dad and everybody, and Neville with a picture of his dad, and they were.
But the first Harry Potter movie, again, a lot of setup. The bad guy was.
He didn't have a name.
Yeah, well, and it was Quirrell.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the way he defeated him was. I'm not going to say lame, because it set up a lot of stuff for the thing. But really, All they had to do was touch him.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. So.
I'm melting.
Yeah. And so it was a good movie, but it wasn't the best. To me, Prisoner of Azkaban dragged.
I mean, I liked it.
I liked it, but it's when they switched directors for the first time. It was the new Dumbledore.
Yeah.
Just didn't. To me, it's the bottom. But this one says it's the number one, which me and this list are just gonna have to.
Well, I think the thing is why I'm okay with Prisoner of Azkaban is because it is the kid's favorite. So it's, but for me personally, I think it'd be Deathly Hallows Part 2.
Yeah, no. I mean, yeah, it's the best one. The battle, the twist.
And I also like it because if we're talking sequels, this isn't just a sequel of the first few Harry Potters. It's the sequel of the Part 1 and Part 2.
Right? Yeah, no. It's Deathly Hallows Part 2 the best.
Yeah.
Because and with that, you literally find out everything. And it's just amazing. And I really cannot wait for the Cursed Child to come out. I can't wait. I'm going to cry like a baby at the end of that if they actually do what's in the play. I'm going to cry like a baby. Okay. What's next?
X2. X-Men United.
And there's a lot of reasons why this is a better movie. One, budget.
Right?
I mean, you did an X-Men movie with a shoestring budget for the first one where they had all these cool powers, but you couldn't really show them because we only have so much budget. Like, you had all this cool stuff, and then, like, the last scene, the last battle y'all fought in a souvenir shop? Really? Come on. Like, it was bad. It was not, it's not like, oh, we ran out of money. But X-Men 2, since X-Men 1 was so successful, they had a bigger budget. Just Nightcrawler alone, the opening scene when he makes it to the president, was better than everything in the first X-Men movie.
Yes.
Like, come on, that just, oh.
Mm-hmm.
And the attack on the house? That was a great scene.
It was a great movie.
Yeah.
And that is why it's on this list.
Mm-hmm. Minus with the original cast, because with Days of Future Past, they, in X-Men First Class, different people started picking up the roles.
Yeah.
But the original cast, X-Men United, was the best one because X-Men 3 sucked. Yeah, the Dark Phoenix. They can't make the Dark Phoenix correctly in a movie.
And that makes me so sad.
I know, but they can't do it.
It makes me so sad they can't. Yeah.
Like, I love all comic book movies. I read so much stuff about the new version of the Dark Phoenix. I don't even want to watch it.
I still don't want to.
You still want to?
I still want to.
Well, we'll watch it one day, maybe. Drinking.
I watched Suicide Squad, so yeah, you
But
can.
you see, no. I will take that on one level that you didn't like it, but on another level, you wanted to watch it. You were hoping it was going to be great.
I was.
And it was better than the original.
I don't know about that.
I liked it. Anyway, what's next?
The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers.
Yeah. I mean, come on.
It's hard to pick one of these because I love them all.
Well, see, this isn't saying the other ones are bad. Just
I know.
And I can totally agree with this one because it's got all it has to do is be better than the first one.
See, I like The Return of the King.
Again, better.
Let's sneeze.
Oh, sneeze coming. Mute. I had to mute her. And you're still going to hear it off my mic, but okay.
Sorry.
She's off mute now.
Sorry.
It's okay, it happens.
I sneezed. But I like Return of the King a little bit more.
Yeah. A lot of people didn't like Return of the King for its false endings. I worked at a movie theater when that movie came out. And literally, we had somebody stand outside the thing while Return of the King was on and just tell people, nope, that actually wasn't the ending, go back. It was his job. Because it had so many like, oh, it's the ending. Oh, no, it's not. Oh, it's the, no, it's not.
I want to work in a movie theater.
Yeah, it's not as glamorous as you think. It's actually pretty crappy. The stuff you have to clean up, no. It's bad. Anyway, but The Two Towers was way better than The Fellowship of the Ring. Because The Fellowship of the Ring was, again, a setup movie. Mm-hmm. There was a whole lot of walking, a little bit of action, but Two Towers, and that's when the trees get involved.
No, I love the Two Towers. I do. But I like them all. What am I saying?
Right. Are you going to watch the TV show?
I am.
Okay. All right. You know what? You know what TV show I'm going to have to force you to watch?
What?
The Wheel of Time.
Wow.
Because if you like Lord of the Rings,
Mm-hmm.
you will like Wheel of Time. I can say that with a certain level of confidence. Because the premise of how it starts is so amazing. So, you're three boys that live in this town, right? Whole lot of bad stuff happens one night. These creatures that you thought were only a myth show up. You get saved by a wizard, basically. That's not what they are. And they call them Aes Sedai, but whatever. A wizard, basically, right? And the wizard tells you, goes, okay, these things are trying to kill you because you're the savior of all the world. Come with me.
So, Frodo, Sam.
Right, except for Frodo and Sam were like, oh, cool, let's go. These guys are like...
I know, Sam wasn't cool. Let's go. Sam's like, I'll go and help you, Mr. Frodo.
Right, but there was belief, right? These guys are like, cool, you wait here. We'll be right back with you. And then the wizard literally has to kind of do things for them to make them believe. And it's a 14-book series, and it's the 4th or 5th book before the guy who turns out really to be the savior, the Dragon Reborn, actually starts to believe he's the Dragon Reborn. He's just like, you're crazy? No, I'm not. So, to me, it's more realistic. Like, if somebody showed up right now and Magic says, you're the chosen one, I'd be like, your meter's a little off.
So I'd be like, I know. Sure, what are we doing now?
Oh, you have to go fight the devil.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah. With magical powers you don't know how to use.
Okay,
Yeah.
one more.
Yeah. I'm going to be like, yeah, you got the wrong guy. And most people really would be like, no. Let's just be honest.
It's an adventure.
Right. Most people don't want to go on an adventure.
And those people suck. No offense.
Right.
Who doesn't want to go on an adventure?
But that's the whole, and that's the aspect that gets explored in this. Like, I don't know. All right. What's next?
Star Wars. The Empire Strikes Back. Bum, bum, bum.
Whew. And this is a tough one for me because it is, of the original trilogy, the best one. Like, I always like it when the bad guy kind of wins in the end. It's a great setup.
It's amazing.
But, yeah, of the original trilogy, it's the best one. And it beats the first 3 hands down. Mm-hmm. No problem. But I think I actually like The Force Awakens more.
See? Yes and no.
Yeah. Or the opening scene in the second one in the new series. I forget which that one was called. When it literally starts with Luke Skywalker going, I don't want this lightsaber.
Yeah.
So, like, the new version, the new 3 were so good.
I like the new ones. A lot of people don't like the last movie.
Which I don't get.
I don't either.
It was amazing. It was a little long. They could have cut it a little bit shorter.
But when they explain who she is...
Oh, yeah.
You know why people don't like that movie? Because all these people have been thinking, she is a Skywalker, she is this, she's that. Nobody could guess it, so they were mad.
Oh, no, it was a great twist. It was amazing.
Because I was one of those people going, oh, is she his daughter? Is she... And then they said Paladin. I'm like,
what?
who? No.
I really thought they were going to do a Lost Twin thing.
Yeah, with her and...
With Han Solo and Leia.
Yeah.
Because see, this is where they got everybody. In the books, because there's books that were considered canon for a long time that were all approved by George Lucas. Mm-hmm. Han Solo and Princess Leia had twins.
Yeah.
And they were the 2 most powerful Jedi. And guess what? The boy goes a little off. Mm-hmm. And he gets saved. But he was so powerful in the Force, right? Do you know how they use the Death Star to destroy a planet?
Yeah.
He could do that with his will alone.
Yeah.
So a little bit more powerful than the one in the movie.
Yes, that's why a lot of people thought him and her were going to be siblings.
Yeah.
And then they started getting this creepy vibe when they kind of came into contact for like the second time.
Right, which made me think they were siblings because that's the kind of thing that we would do in a Star Wars movie. Just throwing out Leia and Luke. Woohoo!
But in that very end, when you find out exactly who she is, and I'm like, dude, you just messed me up, house and house.
Right, and then the voices thing, because she always talks about, like, you know, when Leia's like, you need to hear the voices, and she can't. She never hears it. And they did something absolutely amazing where they got every single person they could. All the original voices. They got Liam Neeson. They got the girl who played Asuki from the cartoon Clone Wars. They got all of them to come in and just record that one line. And then they played them all together, and she heard them, and she got, that was it. But, as far as the original trilogy for this list, Empire Strikes Back, way better than the first one.
Yeah.
Way better than the third one, even when they win.
Yeah.
Because, you know, Ewoks, bad.
Yeah, I still love that movie.
Alright, what's next?
I don't know, I'm still loving that movie.
I know, it's a great movie.
Especially at the end when they ask who she is, she goes, I'm a Skywalker.
Yeah, she took the Skywalker name because you don't want to say you're Palpatine.
No, but still, and I'm like, yeah. Yeah, she is. Yep. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Alright. You're not wrong. I agree with you. Oh, is that it?
That's it.
Oh, well, there's so many other great sequels.
Right?
But we already past 35 minutes.
Yeah, but we'll just have to do a part 2.
We can always do a part 2.
Because there's so many sequels. And oddly enough, the sequel sometimes ends up being way better.
Oh, yeah. Actually, you know what I think we should do next?
What?
Instead of good sequels,
Bad sequels.
we should do a bad sequels list.
Okay, I know a couple of those too.
Yeah, because there's so many. Alright, guys, that's the show for the night. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I'll talk to you later.
Bye!
Alright, guys, I hope you enjoyed the show. It's all part of the Ninja Podcast Network with all the shows featuring Ask the Angry Ninja Show, Not a Kid's Game, presented by the Angry Ninja, which is our D&D podcast, the Ninja News and Politics Show, Sports Talk with the Ninja and J-Mo, and our newest podcast, Outrageous Stories with the Ninja, featuring occasional special guests. Great shows, great stuff. If you want to reach any of us, you go at asktheangryninja@gmail.com. You can reach us on Twitter at cman2342. You can get us on Facebook on the Ask the Angry Ninja Show Facebook page. Any of those places, if you want to support us, we appreciate that. Go to patreon.com/worstjokes. And if you join high enough tier, you'll get a free gift. And we just appreciate any support and feedback. You guys have a wonderful night, and we'll holler at you later.